So what did you miss at Jubilee today? Well, you missed the celebration of new members. We welcomed new people into the community, transferred their membership or brought them in by profession of faith. Half a dozen brave rebels, really. When you think of it, these days people don't like joining anything. Memberships to Costco are down because people don't like to join. People don't like that long-term commitment. They don't want their name always associated. They want a freedom to come and go. So to join a church is really a rebellious act. It goes against what everybody else is doing. But today we celebrated that people wanted to join. And they wanted to join not just because we have fabulous gifts. We don't. Not because we offer tremendous privileges. No, not really. They joined because they want to be part of the community. They affirm the values and the ministry that we share at Jubilee. They committed to bringing their gifts, their opinions. Now that they're members, there's no excuse to keep their mouths shut or their hands idle. No reason to stay in the background. Of course, there's some great work done in the background, and if that's where someone's called to be, then we recognize that. But in joining, these people took a moment to say, we'll be part. We share your values, and we want to help those values grow in the community. We want to share the ministry that God has given Jubilee, and we want to take it to places that it may never have been before. And as a community, we respond by welcoming. And you think it's easy saying, well, it's great, new people are coming, we're going to love having them. But the fact is, when somebody new comes, they change everything. And we're not always great with change. So today, as a community, we opened ourselves to risk and to loving in new ways and to discovering new assets, new gifts, and new ways of doing things. It's not something that'll happen overnight. It may not be a radical change, but everybody who joins the community affects the community. And today we said to these 6 people, we want you to affect us. We want to be different because you're here. And together we will explore and share the ministry that God has given us. So you missed that if you weren't with us today. And then I decided I really wanted to reflect just a little bit on a part of Paul's letter to the Romans, the 5th chapter, first 5 verses. It came up a few weeks ago, but we hadn't really examined it. And that was Paul's faith-filled observation that we should boast in our suffering, because suffering leads to endurance, and endurance leads to character, and character leads to hope, and hope is in God. So we talked about that a little. And we talked about how indeed suffering does lead to endurance, and endurance can lead to character. But the move from character to hope is not as inevitable. It's not as automatic. Hope is when we believe in the future, when we believe there's a place for us in the future, a place for our neighbors in the future. Hope requires engagement. To live hopefully is to live knowing that there is enough for everybody. To live hopefully is to be supported and also to support others as they pursue their dreams. So we talked a little bit about what that means, how we might do that as a community, how God invites us to do that, and how God is literally revealed in those hope-filled moments. As we live in hope, we experience God's presence. And we reflected on a story of Jesus raising a young man from death, and Elijah demanding that a widow feed him, even though her cupboard was bare. And somehow we found those stories to be hopeful. But that's all I'm going to tell you about for now. Hopefully, we'll get to see you soon. But until then, consider it. Recognize that your pain, your suffering, does lead to endurance, and endurance to character. And it's our sincere hope that we can be part of helping you move from character into hope. Bless you, and hope to see you soon.